Hello, it is your boy Sugoi here with quite the deck, and you may be looking at this and thinking to yourself, what in the actual fuck is this? Well, let me introduce you to Luscicles, I think I said that right, Appliances. In this fine warehouse today we have running these three fine, dare I say, fine clerks today who will be telling you all about these appliances. So we're running 3 turquoise warblers, 3 sapphire swallows, and 3 cobalt sparrows. And the store's mascot would be this jester. And what we have in store actually is 3 parallel X seats, 3 socket trolls, 1 breaker bunkle, and 3 buckles. And don't forget the turbo booster. And you may be wondering, where am I to find this place? Well, let me introduce you to our warehouse today. And dare I say, this is where we build our machines. We reuse them half the time. And sometimes we'll duplicate them, though it happens. Occasionally we'll have to terraform a planet just to apply, our stores sometimes. And occasionally we have, to fix some things. And sometimes we gotta give a little to get a little. And we have our fine, dandy lottery machine too. Now, in the back, we got Crime and Punishment. And where NCIS failed us, Yu-Gi-Oh! Will too. We got 2 more wonderful attendants today. 1 recites and 1 assembles. It's weird, but it works. We also got Tech Choice. We got Accesscode Talker. He's in here because, well, someone needs a CEO. And someone needs a co-CEO, and so that's what the bow's doing here. The bow's here for negates that we can kind of make. And he's here because... Dragoon? I don't know. He's just here. We got Unicore for, removing those pesky monsters that can get in the way. And then we got what happens when our appliances get a little too close to each other. Sometimes you can get a weird octopus, sometimes 2 of them. You can get a dragon made of laundry. You can get a elephant that's a vacuum. We also have Link Karibo, don't know what he's doing here. Dryer Drake in the Kappa scale. In the extra deck? Well, you may be thinking, that's a side deck, my bad, I'm just stupid. But, what we don't have in the back, it's in the side. It's on the side of the building. We keep the more exotic materials back there. Obviously, you have your infinite negates. You can buy at our fine appliances, but we don't sell that in-store because, well, it's kind of risky. But it can be done. We also sell the lightning god Zeus here too. Don't tell anyone. We also sell a bird that's kind of like Baguska. He's weird, he's interesting, and he's got a bad attitude. We also sell ghosts and ghost killer bird. 'Cause bird. And we also sell tornadoes. Like I said, these are the more exotic materials, and we gotta keep them on the side. But jokes aside about this being an appliance warehouse, and well, these 3 run the store, and he's the mascot of the store, and these are everything inside the store and how you get there. Other than that, and other than the extra deck being a weird amalgamation of what happens behind the manufacturing process, this deck is interesting. Usually, it could put up a really shitty first turn board. But when you go second, you can use the Appliancer extra deck cards, and they can actually put up a fight if you go second, sometimes. And you may be like, well, what on the hell would you do first turn? That's what Crime and Punishment are here for, baby. Crime and Punishment are usually your first turn play in this deck. And well, yeah, that's kind of the best first turn play you got, unless you get lucky and can make Apollousa first turn. That's why she's in here. This deck's first turn play is not great. And that's why if you plan on playing this competitively or any form of anything, I abhor you to please put in the infinite win negate, because this can be run very easily and be made very easily in here. I just don't want to run it because infinite negates are just boring. But it can be run in here. Twin Sister, you know, Mystic Mine, it's kind of a card, it exists and it's not banned, but who cares? But realistically, the deck kind of explains itself. You more or less, you know, pop off with your level 1s, and then sometimes you have Parallel Exceed in hand, and that's when you use like Link Karibo or make Octopus, and he goes, hi, I like links. And he kind of comes to the field sometimes. And then, you know, you got your extenders, extender, 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 extender. Essentially, the entire deck is an extender for itself. As long as you have one card on field, damn near the entire deck can extend itself. Literally, like, the only cards that couldn't extend themselves would have to be Pot of Avarice and the mini cards that draw your extenders if they don't get negated. Truly, other than that, typically you can make out any Link monster in the game just because you can put out. Most of the time you can put 4 monsters on board. Sometimes you get unlucky, you can put 3 on board. And if you get really unlucky and draw complete shits, you can put 2 cards on board, make Octopus, and end your turn. Or make, you know, like Nightingale. And that's about it. Assemble Nightingale. And that's your worst first turn play, is making Assemble Nightingale at 2. Your best first turn play is hopefully making Crime and Punishment and or sitting on top of this woman. Because, you know, I've played this many times and have tested this for about 3 days now, I think. Something like that, I don't know. I put several hours into this deck, but other than that, you can make her. It's not that hard. You make Link Karibo, and then usually you have at least one more extender in hand, then you can plop her on the field. Typically that's not how you want to make her, but it's possible, and she's a 3k beat stick who has a really cool quick effect that can negate activations of the grave, which makes her actually not half bad as a first turn play. But typically your first turn play is probably going to look like Crime and Punishment, which sadly enough, sometimes Crime and Punishment can pay, but usually crime doesn't pay, my friend. And well, the deck kind of really, other than that simple explanation, the deck kind of just combos on its own. Obviously you got your Appliancer play, you know, Sock Controlled Bockle, Copy Bockle, because you obviously go Sock Controlled, then you go Copy Bockle's effect activates, which causes his effect to activate to get himself again. And typically that's where the Appliancer plays would end. But since I'm running, you know, Extender Heaven here, you can usually end up making Recital Starling, and then you can usually go into your nice Lyrilusc plays. Although I'm saying that wrong. You can typically go into these plays, which would then increase how many cards you have on field by a shit ton. Oop, the hell I do. Oh, something happened. And there is you could play another card. What the hell is it called again? Oops, I don't know how to spell. I'll be back in a second, just wait. Your boy Megaclops. You could realistically put Megaclops in here, it's risky. Because sometimes you can't make 3 Ixies and then you just have a useless Link monster in here. But I found out on the rare occasion you can get out, you can get Nightingale, you can get out Starling, and then you can also sit on either Crime and or Punishment, which you know they're useless without the other one. And then you can make Megaclops, which is the Big Mac Daddy. And well, you can kind of sit on him. The only problem is, well, you don't make them too often. But yeah, I'm running 2 octopuses because, well, they're cool. And what he does is allow you to go into your Appliancer's plays, and sometimes you have to make him turn 1, which he'll get destroyed usually, and then that's why I have the backup, because you need him for your Appliancer plays. You need him because he allows all the other Appliancers to do cool stuff. Then obviously, well, you know, everything else in here is really a tech choice. Honestly, the side deck vastly improves the main deck. It's just I wanted to play this variant of it because I found that running this boy is kind of clunky at times. He can kind of brick your hand because usually you want to normal summon a socket troll and not him. Like, he's good usually after you lose your entire board. That's when he becomes good. DD Crow's really good because, well, you know, your deck can search him. And then I don't really have to make a claim why Zeus is good. Him, he's like Baguska, but a lot worse. Obviously, this is a part of the Wind Engine to, you know, get out Apex, Avion, and Stormwind's Barrier Statue, which is pretty cool. But truly, other than this side deck that I have made up, you could honestly add about just any hand trap and then most likely vastly improve this deck. Honestly, I don't end up using Machine Dip too often, but when I do, it does help me make, you know, Apollousa occasionally. This deck has no way of making negates. Apollousa is the only negate in this deck. God. If there's one card I could make up and make exist, I would want it to be at least one Appliancer card that can negate stuff, besides, you know, attacks. I'm talking to you, Dryer Drake. Kinda don't do shit. You negate attacks. Ooh. Really, the only card that this deck would be missing would probably be an Appliancer Link that can negate stuff, truly. Cause I know you girls ain't getting a new monster anytime soon. Yeesh. Most recent monster was Starling, and that was a while ago. 2017 called and they need an update. But yeah, that's a pretty much my appliances deck. My Appliancers deck with, you know, birds. Bird appliances, appliance bird. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And with all due respect, as the CEO and manager of Luscinia's Appliances Warehouse, I must bid you adieu.